Webtoons are something special. I always thought that they were just a front for authors to experience the dream of having a harem and being a real Sigma male. And some of them certainly are just that. But hidden in all of this trash are some real gems. So let's take a look at one of those gems today. Shogunned. Killjoys are beings birthed from the sorrow, tragedy and misfortune of humans. And the severity of these events determine the strength of the killjoy. Their strength is also reflected in the number of fingers that the killjoy has on each hand. There are of course your usual loser killjoys with only one finger per hand that can do close to no harm, but a 2-finger killjoy is already strong enough to throw boulders around, and killjoys can have up to 5 fingers per hand. And when one of those comes around, it's not a good sign. Those guys have at least the power to level cities. And the only thing that can stop these killjoys are an organization called the Antidepressors. They are people that have morale. Morale derives from emotions and is unlocked by some significant traumatizing event in your life that leads to you having extremely heightened emotions. It adapts to the user's desire. All morale users have basic powers like super strength, speed, increased recovery time, and other basic superhuman capabilities. They can also create these screens, which they can use as shields. But that's not all, because they also have inscriptions. And inscriptions are complex and unique powers that derive from your ideals, thoughts, or heritage. When the user is at peace with himself, their powers can exceed the limit. They will grow until the user can accomplish his goals, as long as their body can hold up. Our main character is a 17-year-old Taiko, and he's pretty much your typical shonen MC. Loud, rough, and goofy. He starts off without powers, but after a run-in with a criminal, becomes like super strong. Which leads him to joining the antidepressors. And he says that his motivation for becoming a hero is that he does it because of fame and cash money. But behind that, he's just a kid that wants to save people that have their whole life ahead of them. His real motivation is that he does not want to let people's futures be stolen. Well, that's what he says a bit late in the story, but the truth is that he's actually quite selfish. He does fight for others, but mostly just to gain their approval. He wants to be adored and celebrated, and doesn't do it just for the sake of bettering their situation. But he actually knows that, and is trying to overcome it one step at a time. And that's why I like him. He's a relatable MC, not overly nice, not in the pursuit of some grand goal like being the king of whatever, or liberating the whole world. He's just a little dumb, reckless, but his heart's in the right place. And he knows his faults and wants to better himself. The story itself can be really goofy at times, but not enough that I see it as a bad thing. I would even say that it's a goofy manhwa with serious moments, and that's definitely not a bad thing. Like the first wrong move used in the manhwa was a fully charged up kick in the balls, the ball buster. And that was awesome. I'm amazed how, with so many funny scenes and the goofy tone of all, it still manages to create badass, serious, and heartwarming moments. And while you certainly see some better quality artwork, I really do dig the art style a lot. It's goofy and reminds me a lot of Fire Force or Soul Eater. It's like cartoonish and always exaggerated. The fights are crisp, cool moves, nice art style switches mid-fight with great uses of color. I love it when their faces lose all details and just turn into a blank canvas, with their eyes being the only thing that pierces the darkness. There's so many style changes in a single fight, like style switches left and right, which makes the manhwa so unique. It doesn't just switch between a simplistic one and a detailed one, but sometimes detailed, then raw, sketch-like, overflowing with color, and then also color drains. With interesting background colors, purple, blue, green, red. So many different styles are being used and combined that with some great and innovative paneling, you get some top tier fights. I'm trying, but I know that I can't do the art style justice. You just need to read it for yourself, and you will quickly see where I'm coming from. And I do like the power system. It's not the most innovative or thought out, but I still like it. Turning the fights into clashes of ideals is really interesting, and it increases your bond to the characters because you understand them more and more with each battle. And the more they understand themselves, the stronger they get, and the more we like them. And they get stronger through the most extreme type of training I've ever seen in any story: therapy. They think about their goals, their traumas, their past, and understand themselves better step by step. And they get stronger doing it because now they have improved focus and a clearer goal in mind. The hardest battles are the one fought with oneself. And I kind of fell in love with this manhwa while reading the chapter 24. And I think the clash of both of the fighters' ideals and the inner monologues and conversations without any words, creating a deep understanding between those two that fully despise one another, was amazing to see. And the visuals were just something else. Reading this for free felt illegal. Just like you've seen in Hunter x Hunter, when the random commentator shows up, you know shit's about to be peak. Just a quick side note, there's also some serious drip on display. And I do have to say that the manhwa just isn't that special. It follows the standard shonen formula, and because of that, it can sometimes be a bit bland. A kid that wants to get stronger with a dream that starts off without powers. You've got your organization that fights the evil, and even the naming convention is just pretty boring. The main character is loud and a bit obnoxious, and of course has a rival that's a bit edgy. And even though I like the power system, because I really like the idea of only getting stronger by understanding yourself more and dealing with your past trauma, it doesn't go quite as deep as I wanted it to. It's basically just a concept. But I'm definitely not here to dunk on this manhwa. The story is nothing new, yeah, but I do like the characters and the powers, and I really like the art style. Of course, there are some better quality ones, but the sheer quantity of different styles and all of them still look great is amazing. You need to read it to get it. And I know it's not the most innovative manhwa, but I think that the author still really put the heart into it. And I do still have one more bit of unfortunate news, and that is that the manhwa has been cancelled and will only get one more season, and this season won't be as long as the first one. So yeah, quite unfortunate, but just because it won't go on for much longer doesn't mean that you shouldn't read it. Still give it a chance. And I think that you would like it. So try it out and enjoy it while it lasts. You know, it's about the journey, not the goal, and all of that. So that marks the end for today. Please still read the story, give it a chance. I know that I dunked on it quite a bit and said that it's a bit bland, and it does follow the strict shonen formula, but it still has this spark, and that's really important. Try it out. I think it's about 50 chapters, so read it and you won't regret it. And for all few of you still watching, I really wanted to say thank you for the positive feedback on the last video. Made me really happy. Yeah, I think that's all for today. So have a great day, have a great week, stay safe, stay happy, and bye.